The text message arrived at 9:42 a.m. on a crisp October Thursday in suburban Raleigh, North Carolina. Mom, why are all the cards declined? Dana's mom and I are at the Capitol Grill for her birthday lunch and none of them work. People are staring. The waiter keeps circling. I only have $40 cash. This is humiliating. Call me now. Georgia Whitlock read the message twice while sitting at her kitchen island, the same granite slab she'd paid for in cash 6 years earlier when Ryan and Dana moved into their overpriced townhouse in Cary. She set the phone face down beside her coffee mug, black, no sugar, the way she'd always preferred it but rarely made because someone was always asking for lattes or oat milk cappuccinos. She didn't reply immediately. Instead, she walked to the sliding glass doors that overlooked her backyard, the one she mowed herself every Saturday because Ryan didn't have time and the landscaper she'd once hired charged $85 a visit. The leaves were turning gold and crimson. Fall in the triangle was always beautiful. She'd missed enjoying it for years because she was usually calculating whether she could afford the next emergency her son texted about. Yesterday evening had been the breaking point. She'd hosted a small dinner, her idea, her groceries, her cooking, for Dana's book club friends. 4 women in Lululemon and designer crossbody bags who arrived in Range Rovers and BMWs. Georgia had spent the afternoon roasting a pork tenderloin, making garlic mashed potatoes from scratch, and baking the apple crisp Dana requested because the girls love your rustic desserts, Georgia. While Georgia poured coffee into her good china cups, Dana had leaned toward her friends and said, loud enough for the whole room to hear, "Seriously, without this old woman we'd be screwed. She's basically our personal ATM. Pays for everything, rent when Ryan was between jobs, my entire work wardrobe refreshed last year, even that Maui trip because we needed to recharge." The women laughed politely. Then Ryan, sitting at the head of the table in the chair that used to be his father's, threw his head back and roared with laughter. "Mom's the best unlimited card we've ever had," he said, wiping his eyes. "Never declines, until today apparently." Everyone laughed again. Georgia stood frozen in the doorway between kitchen and dining room, coffee pot burning her palm. No one noticed she hadn't joined in. No one noticed her hands shaking. No one noticed the way the room suddenly felt 20 degrees colder. She excused herself to check the dessert, walked into the pantry, closed the door, and stood there breathing until the burning in her chest became something sharper, clearer. Rage. Not the hot, explosive kind. The cold, surgical kind. The kind that makes decisions at 3:17 a.m. while the rest of the world sleeps. She'd gone to bed early, claiming a headache. They'd left without cleaning up, plates stacked, wine glasses with lipstick stains, crumbs on her good tablecloth. She'd stayed up until 4 o'clock doing exactly what she should have done a decade earlier. Logged into every bank account. Revoked every authorized user. Cancelled every supplementary card. Closed the emergency savings account she'd funded with $1,500 a month for the past 8 years. Changed every password. Enabled every security feature. Transferred significant sums into CDS and a trust account they couldn't touch. By sunrise she felt lighter than she had in years. Now, reading Ryan's panicked text, she felt something close to satisfaction. She picked up the phone and called him. It rang once. "Mom. Finally. What the hell? The waiter is literally standing here." Dana's mom had to Venmo him $180 just so we wouldn't get arrested or something. People took videos. This is going to be all over Instagram stories. "Good morning, Ryan." "Don't good morning me. Reactivate the cards. Now. I'll explain later." "No." Silence. Then, quieter. "What do you mean no?" "I mean the cards are cancelled. Permanently. I'm no longer financing your lifestyle." "Are you having a stroke? Is this dementia?" "Mom, you're scaring me." "What scares me," Georgia said calmly, "is that yesterday you laughed when your wife called me an old woman who's only good for paying bills. In my own house. While I served you coffee I paid for." Another silence. Longer. That was a joke. Dana was joking. "You know how she gets with her friends." "I know exactly how she gets. And I know you joined in. So enjoy figuring out lunch without my visa." "Mom, Please. Dana's mom is furious. She thinks we're deadbeats. The whole restaurant was watching. Just turn the cards back on for today. One last time. Then we'll talk boundaries or whatever. Georgia almost laughed. One last time. I've heard that phrase more times than I can count. Just this once, Mom. Emergency, Mom. We'll pay you back, Mom. We will pay you back. When? You've never paid back a cent. Not the $38,400 in rent I covered when you lost your job at the agency. Not the $14,000 Dana spent on professional wardrobe updates. Not the $9,200 Maui trip. Not the $22,000 down payment on the Subaru you said you needed for the kids you still haven't had. Shall I go on? How do you even remember all that? Because I keep records, Ryan. Unlike you two. He exhaled hard. This isn't fair. We're in public. People are judging us. Then maybe next time choose a restaurant you can actually afford. She hung up. For the next 40 minutes her phone vibrated non-stop. Ryan. Dana. Unknown number, Dana's mother, no doubt. She let them all go to voicemail. At 10:30 her doorbell rang. Through the peephole, Ryan and Dana, both flushed, still in their Capitol Grill outfits. Dana's eyes were red. Ryan looked like he hadn't slept. Georgia didn't open the door. She went to the back patio instead, sat in the Adirondack chair she'd bought herself last spring, first new furniture in 12 years, and watched cardinals at the feeder. They banged on the front door for 20 minutes. Mom. Open up. This is insane. Georgia, we know you're home. Your car is here. You're acting like a child. Finally tires squealed away. Georgia exhaled. Freedom tasted like October air and silence. The next 3 days were a siege of messages, voicemails, drive-bys. Dana's mother, Claudia, showed up on Saturday with a bakery box and crocodile tears. Georgia, honey, let's talk woman to woman. The kids are beside themselves. Dana cried all night. Georgia let her in, curiosity more than kindness. Claudia launched into the familiar script. Misunderstanding, joke taken wrong, young couple under pressure, think of the grandchildren, still hypothetical, what will the neighbors think, what will the church think? When that failed, the mask slipped. Dana mentioned maybe consulting an elder care attorney. Sudden drastic financial changes can be concerning. Signs of confusion. Georgia smiled thinly. Tell Dana to consult all the attorneys she wants. I had a full cognitive evaluation yesterday. The psychologist's report is dated, notarized, and very clear. I am of sound mind and acting rationally to protect myself from financial exploitation. Claudia paled. Georgia stood. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a cruise to pack for. A cruise? 5 days in the Bahamas. Leaving Wednesday. First real vacation I've taken in 15 years. She walked Claudia to the door. That afternoon she met Lucy, her widowed neighbor of 8 years, for coffee at the local diner. Lucy listened to the entire saga without interrupting. When Georgia finished, Lucy reached across the table and squeezed her hand. I've watched them treat you like an open wallet for years. New cars in the driveway while you drive the same Honda Civic from 2012. You mow your own lawn while Ryan sits inside on his phone. You're not crazy, Georgia. You're awake. They booked the cruise together that same hour. The ship was glorious. Georgia woke each morning to the sound of waves instead of text notifications. She ate breakfast without calculating calories to cost ratio. She read novels on a deck chair without once thinking about someone else's budget crisis. She danced, actually danced, at the 80s night with women her age who had their own stories of entitled children and long overdue boundaries. One night at dinner, a woman named Margaret from Atlanta shared how her daughter had used her credit card for online gambling until the limit maxed out. Another, Susan from Charlotte, described paying her son's law school loans while he lived in a luxury condo and posted ski trips. I thought I was being a good mother, Susan said quietly. Turns out I was being an enabler. Georgia raised her glass of Pinot Grigio. To waking up. When she returned home Sunday evening, Her mailbox was full but her heart was light. Ryan texted once, "Hope you had a good trip. Can we talk when you're settled?" No demands. No urgency. She replied, "Sunday lunch. You cook?" He agreed. That Sunday they arrived with grocery bags. Ryan carried a spiral ham. Dana had green beans, rolls, and a homemade cheesecake. No one asked for money. They ate on the patio. Talked about the cruise. About Ryan's new job, he'd gotten a small raise. About Dana starting a part-time virtual assistant gig. After dessert, Ryan cleared his throat. "Mom, we moved. Smaller apartment in Morrisville. $650 less a month. Sold the Subaru. Got a used Civic. Dana cancelled the Equinox membership. We're budgeting. For real." Dana nodded. "We sat down with a financial planner. Turns out we were spending 180% of our combined income. You were covering the gap." Georgia listened. Ryan continued. "I'm sorry. Not just for last month. For all of it. I never asked how you afforded everything. I just expected it." Dana's eyes were wet. "I said horrible things. I treated you like a resource instead of family. I'm ashamed." Georgia studied them. "I accept the apologies," she said. "But words aren't enough. Show me with actions. Keep living within your means. Build your own emergency fund. Visit because you want to see me, not because you need something." They nodded. Over the next 18 months, they did. They missed a few payments early on, called in panic once, but Georgia held firm, "Figure it out." They did. Ryan started contributing to a 401k. Dana launched an Etsy shop selling custom planners. They hosted Georgia for Thanksgiving, cooked everything themselves. 2 years later, Ryan asked if she'd like to see their new, modest, house in Apex. She went. It was small, cozy, paid for with their money. On the mantel was a framed photo. Georgia, Ryan, Dana, and the kids, twins, finally born 18 months earlier, at the beach. No expensive resort. Just Wrightsville. Day trip. Ryan pointed to it. "We wanted you in the picture this time." Georgia touched the frame. Later that evening she called her lawyer. Revised the will again. The new version, 40% to Ryan and Dana outright, they'd earn trust. 30% to a scholarship fund for single mothers returning to college. 20% to her sister Elaine. 10% to a local senior center that offered financial literacy classes for elders. She told Ryan and Dana over Sunday dinner. "You're not getting everything," she said. "But you're getting something real, because you became real adults." Ryan hugged her, long and tight, the way he used to when he was small. "Thank you for not giving up on us," he whispered. "Thank you for growing up," she whispered back. That night Georgia sat on her patio under the stars, listening to crickets. She thought about the woman she'd been, tired, invisible, used. She thought about the woman she was now, retired, respected, free. And for the first time in decades, she felt young.